It's basically common knowledge now that crouch spraying is bad. But why does everyone still do it? If you've watched any of my videos, this quite literally includes me as well. And I'm a top 1000 Immortal 3 player. So if I still have this bad habit, I know it's for sure still running rampant. It has its use cases, but burst strafes are by far superior, and there's two main reasons why. For one, burst strafes make you a harder target because you're moving more. The biggest argument against crouch spraying is that it makes you an easy target. The second is that when burst strafing, your bullets will go to where your crosshair is at, and you won't have to rely on spray inaccuracies. So burst strafing quite literally allows you to aim more accurately than when crouch spraying. So if burst strafing is just better, then why do so many struggle to make the transition? If you don't know the answer, that's okay. I for the longest time had no idea either, but once I figured it out, it was actually quite easy for me to make the transition. When burst strafing, gunfights should quite literally become easier. Unfortunately, in practice, this isn't really the case for a lot of people. It's because crouch spraying is bad for more reasons than you might realize. So we know crouch spraying is bad because of the bullet inaccuracy of the sprays and the poor movement of crouching. However, there's a third problem as well. By practicing crouch spraying, you are also subconsciously practicing horrible aiming habits. And if you're a crouch spraying fiend like me, you will be doing it in almost every fight, especially in ranked. Because crouch spraying makes you less accurate, your bullets won't be going exactly to where your crosshair is at. This makes you lazy, and your crosshair unknowingly becomes a less useful tool to you. The problem comes along when trying to transition to better habits. Yes, you can unbind crouch, be extremely disciplined, do all the other 100 things that people recommend. But without a doubt, you will find less success, not more. At least in the beginning. This is extremely demotivating, and the worst part is, while practicing your burst strafes, you are quite literally still giving yourself an advantage, you just don't quite know how to use it yet. I figured this out when playing deathmatch the other day. When I would practice good movement, my performance would tank, which makes zero sense. I would be alive longer during my gunfights, and yet I would still lose more fights on average than ever before. And it all comes back to the bad habit crouch spraying taught me. I realized I was paying no attention to my crosshair during these engagements, which would lead me to missing way more shots than I should, especially considering all the hours I have in aim trainers. So what's the solution? For me, what helped the most was grinding deathmatch, making sure I was burst strafing for at least 90% of my fights and paying extra attention to my crosshair. A good way I found to do this is to simply look through the crosshair as opposed to at the crosshair. This helped fix my bad movement habits, but also allowed me to make use of the extra accuracy that burst strafing has to offer. After only doing this for a few deathmatches, burst strafes started to feel way less intimidating to me. I no longer feel like I'm sacrificing my performance for what is supposedly better, and I'm starting to really enjoy the fact that my bullets are going where my crosshair says they'll go. At the end of the day, if you truly want to become a ranked demon, you really need to stop relying on RNG, and you need to start relying more on your own skill.